so I'm just gonna say I played well.
Okay. Oh, this is actually going to be an interesting one, playing Lunara into an Asmodan. I love playing Asmodan into Lunaras. You land one Q and it's like, all right, she's out of the game for 15 seconds, 20 seconds. Got it back. Wait, you have the Asmodan. I'm a Wildcat. Wait, your team's OP. Okay, so your guys' team fight is pretty messy. I don't know. It depends. You've got the they've got the Alexstrasza, which means if you guys fight over any shrines, it's going to be difficult to win, especially because they've got the Vala Ariel as well. So Alexstrasza just pops Dragon, and then you guys pretty much can't fight into it. But at the same time, that requires them to clump up, and you've got Asmodan, so that can work really well. Did you pick the Lunara before or after knowing that they were double support?
Before.
Okay. Makes sense. Okay, perfect.
By the way, I was saying I was new on Lunara, so I could just use my sick taunt there.
Oh my gosh. All right, you guys get I. Wait a second. Why don't you send your E there first?
Just knowing that most teams do not usually fight over I wasn't too worried about walking in. So,
okay.
And with my team backing me there.
Okay. Well, for you, because you're that diamond player at this point, I'm gonna be a little bit harder on you with stuff like this. So right off the bat, you should send your wisp either here or here. So their side bush or your side bush, just so that you have that extra information. Especially, like, the best one would be their side bush on top. Because if they're not there, you know they're here. Like, there's literally, not literally, but there's no other strategic point for them to be at on the map. And then you see, oh my gosh, he walks up and sprays. You see Diablo show, so, like, at that right off the bat here, you would have already had vision on them and known where they were here. I know it's small, but it's still something, right? Okay. All right. Ooh, I'm excited, actually. I get to be hard on you.
Yeah, walking in front of that Diablo. I knew that one instantly, and I got super scared at the start of this.
You're in range of Q, aren't you? I feel like you could have Q'd Vala here and walked away. Okay, so spells go out onto your Zul'jin, so turn and get an auto Q right here. There's 2 people stacked up. It's free for you. They're focused on someone else, so yeah, you could definitely land it here. There's auto, but no Qs. And there's one auto on Diablo you could have got. And then off this, walk up, don't walk to the right, because you know he's just going to flip you back over.
I think I was just worried about tanking all the spells there.
Yeah.
When I was walking up, so I didn't want to.
Well, you know, like, Vala's Q is down, and you know that Gul'dan's E is down, so there's nothing too crazy that you can get hit by. But yeah, biggest part here is just getting your 1 auto attack on Diablo and then walking upwards. Because walking to the right means you take more damage. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to min-max you, bud. Oh, the flank, Reno. There's the W. Yeah, she's super dead. And just hit Diablo. Yeah. Wait, I actually get to be super hard on you in this game. This is good. Min-max. Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah, clear the wave. Perfect. Did you? I didn't see if you W'd it. I don't think it matters. Yeah, I think it's actually smart that you don't trade into her while she has all of her spells up. Wait, didn't she see you walk in there?
She did not. The minion lane wasn't up far enough yet.
Okay, there we go. Wait a second. Do you? Okay. Let's have a look at this. I think you can get a kill here. Yeah. So your auto, your Q, and then you W there. So don't W that early. Wait for the poison to start ticking, and now, like, right now you should W while walking into her so that she's slowed. She'll have to, like, she'll vault away from it, but still, then you get most damage out of your poison. Would have been just a little bit better for your trade, but, you know, at the end of the day, she just hits the tap, and she's going to be fine, but... All right, no soak being missed. All is well. You're safe, boy. And the wisp is in the spot that I want to see it at. Actually, at this point, it has to go on the eye, but that's okay. They still can't rotate on you, and that's all that really matters. So you don't have to be here anymore. Here, let's back up one quick second. So once you see that the, you know, Uther's just sitting up here. Uther's actually a pretty good person to be on, but as soon as you see Muradin walk up here, just kill these minions and then stay there, or walk to the right and then maybe send your wisp down onto the eye to try to start taking control of eye. You know that they're on mid. You don't know who's on mid, but... well, now you do. Actually, yeah, Asmodan walked up anyway, so you know that they can't actually rotate on you, so just sitting on top is a little bit of a waste of time. Wow, they actually just ripped the dragon for nothing. Yep, and then just, you basically just want to stall because you got your Asmodan getting a lot of value bottom side. This is good. Okay, this is a kill. Nice-oo. There's the flank that I like to see. Okay, now you guys can... do you guys get hards off this, or do you just stay top? Wait a second, you should have fought this.
I don't think I realized where his, like, mana was at or anything like that, so...
I think
a little worried.
The biggest thing is where your Zul'jin is. So this Gul'dan doesn't have eye, and he's walking up to the 50% mark in this wave with half health. That's absolutely bonkers. Zul'jin just walks up. Yeah, if you just chase this, he's super dead. He's going to die anyways, but... okay, yeah, you do it. This guy's wild.
Made up for it.
Yeah. Oh, give them the old nice one. There you go. You're the only one who ever types to your teammates, man.
I like typing to my teammates.
Even though you're just pumping their tires, it's still effective.
I feel that's the best way to get the most out of them.
See, now you are also... okay, there, now you get the vision. So the vision's just too late, because if... let's have a look here. When they take eye like this... oh, wait, no, you know where Diablo is. Never mind. It's a moot point, but still. You don't know where Gul'dan is. Gul'dan could be there. Now he shows on the wave, but... and now you... yeah, okay. That's all good. And they're getting hards for you. So do you stay for another wave, or do you back and go bottom? You should probably back and go bottom.
This was, like, one of my few things that I do remember from this. I was very... confused on where to go here. I was going to go top, and then my team wanted me bottom, which I feel like I should have been bottom a lot sooner.
Yeah, I think going bottom would be the best situation here, because you guys can just put a general top, and it's going to snowball so hard anyways. You guys can actually take an entire fort and maybe even contest some more. If they fight you, like, this is insane that they're even stepped up here. You being bottom would have been... okay, yeah, you're coming bottom. But if you were bottom at the same time... wait, this guy's dead anyways, so that's all that really matters. Wait, what? Okay, yeah, now I'm upset.
Yeah, me and Muradin were just trading into Alex while they were fighting bottom.
Oh, this is actually interesting that Radic just said this. Sometimes when people step up that far, I can't make myself believe they're that bad. I back off thinking it's a bait. That's really funny because, yeah, there's nothing I can say unless you have information. Like if you see every one of the opponents on a wave somewhere and you know that nobody can be topside, then yeah, then they're just insane and you go on them. But even if one person's missing, technically it could be a bait. But yeah, I agree with what Argy says. 90% of the time it isn't in Hero League. I completely agree. If that was competitive, if that was an HGC game, you never go on that Gul'dan because guaranteed there's 40 people in this top bush. I know there can only ever be 4, but I promise you there's 40. Okay, but wait, sorry, back on track here. If you rotated faster, this Gul'dan would have been dead. But he gets a trade kill instead. I think this is mainly just a misplay on your Zul'jin.
I don't like how the Uther stunned right away instead of waiting for the drain life.
Yeah.
That was one of my big things that I just saw out of.
Okay. Also, you guys just like let them freely rotate in. So if you're contesting, don't be like so far above the wave like this, because now they just walk in for free. Interesting comment here. I think it's better to respect the opponent. Your win condition shouldn't be contingent on the enemy making a mistake. Wait, but yes and no. The way that you win in HOTS is by taking advantage of mistakes that players make. You can actually, if you're in a solo lane, you can stand still and attack the minion wave and wait for your opponent to make a mistake and then capitalize on it and win the lane. So it's like yes and no. When they do stuff like that, that's just like almost clear indications that they're making a misplay. You have to capitalize on it. If you're not capitalizing on your opponent's misplays, that means you're not snowballing the advantages that you can get, which means you're not winning as many games as you would have if you were, right? But I think you're not saying that. Okay, I feel you. But biggest issue here is just letting them rotate. Like Gul'dan should be dead 1,000%. This, I guess Murden doesn't have a lot of health, but you guys could step up a little bit further. I think if you're focusing your damage more on the wave instead of trying to poke on Alexstrasza, you guys might have been able to push them back, but them getting the rotate like that, and yeah, the stun was definitely poorly timed. Whoa,
I traded a little too much there.
Yeah.
That was one of my big issues out of that.
So yeah, I think what we just learned here is if Alexstrasza is in dragon form, you can't kill her.
I haven't played enough against her yet to really understand how much she can actually do, I feel, so
no worries.
Use that as my...
This is a little bit of a tunnel vision. That's the only real issue here. I can't believe they escaped that while winning when they didn't have Vala. Okay, wait. I feel like this is just way too catastrophic for me to not talk more about. This should have been your guys' huge snowball play. So you had Hards pushing top. You guys all rotate bottom, which is good. I think, again, you could have went bottom a little bit faster. But then this thing with... This is just such a cluster cuss. That's the problem here. Azmodan is just in there. See, like, you need to be down where Azmodan is. Not, like, in everybody's face dying, but, like, you have to be in the team fight while Azmodan's controlling the wave. Because he can be spawning his minions in the wave. He can be queuing everyone from a distance. Like, that's how he has to play. He can't be down here like this. You guys basically just have to switch spots, and then you guys would have probably won this fight. They don't have Vala. Like, you should be winning this. Even though your guys' comp comes online later, you should still be able to win a 5v4. There we go. Does he have... Okay, he doesn't have his Q done yet. even more of a reason to kind of play a little bit further back until your Azmodan gets his Q up. I really feel like I just haven't said enough about that fight. That fight was huge. Okay, they're all grouping up here. Bot's pushing for both, but you guys should get Azmodan's D down there, so maybe he'll be able to win the fight. But so you're in a really good position because you're actually like you're pressuring this Vola quite a bit, and they're all showing mid. Wait, they're fighting. Oh, that was a big fear. Oh, he doesn't die, does he? No, he's super not going to die. Okay, she does though, so that's all good. Wait, yeah, we did win bottom. Nice, there's the young Jenny. Okay, perfect. You're sneaky boy.
This is why I love Leaping Strike.
Yeah, it's
Nobody
so good.
understands.
Yeah, it's really good, especially against Diablo. His whole kit is about, you know, like putting somebody on the opposite side of him, and then you just get a Leaping Strike away. He's so good against Diablo. Good against ETC as well.
I never feel like there's too much of a use with my playstyle on Thornwood.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't see why I should be taking it.
Okay.
So.
On some maps, it's the clear choice, but if,
like Tomb, I'd say.
Yeah, and it totally also just depends on your playstyle again. So here, you guys basically just have to look at poking. Oh my gosh, because you're getting top for free. You don't even have to contest bottom. So if anything, like you can type. Okay, so Azmodan types care. I'm not there. You guys can snowball this by you walking mid and clearing a wave. You stepping up means you guys are at risk of getting picked. Okay, here you go. As soon as that dragon comes out, immediately you rotate mid and clear the wave. Like immediately. You have to leave bottom. There's literally no point for you being here. You're wasting time. Yeah, we're wasting so much time. They want to fight you guys so bad. Yeah, and then they get the fight. It's a good D shield. And you guys probably get a trade kill off of it. Oh, no. Perfect. Dude, I love it when a good plan comes together. Okay. This Uther has a lot of ideas, doesn't he? Yeah.
He was the one talking, I feel, the most during this game. And towards the end, it wasn't exactly the best.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of got out a little out of hand with our team.
So what you have to do here is rotate mid, and then the other thing you have to do is put your Wisp here. Because if you rotate mid, they might get a little bit ambitious and try to force a boss. And if you guys don't have any information on that, you're going to be out of position, and Azmodan's going to be out of position. They shouldn't be able to do it, but it's still just something to get used to. If at any point your opponents are contesting bottom shrine and you go to a different wave because you don't want to fight them there, just make sure that you have some resource on that boss. And in this case, we have the Wisp, so it's completely free. But yeah, you needed to rotate up there much quicker. I love this because I'm going to put it entirely on you because you are the Lunara, you are the wave clear. Also, you're the smartest player here, okay? Wait, are you going to get the wave next time or what? Or
good question.
Are you going to fight 4v5 or are you going to get the wave?
Should have got the wave.
Okay. Was that a promise?
That's a promise.
Chat, did we hear a promise?
I promise I'll get the wave next time.
Okay, there we go.
I'm sorry, Father.
Wait, you super would have got a fort, I bet you, actually. Okay. We heard the promise. Murden, target golden. Okay, yeah. Captain Ideas is coming in hot now. Wait, if we got that mid fort, you would have been able to walk bottom and just fart on bottom fort and get that, and then we would have had we would have been up on structures with an Asmodan. That's golden, pony boy. Okay. Nice. At least we get this away from the Gul'dan. That's good. Wait, what? Okay. Did he Q
He
mid?
really likes that ping button. Don't know if you noticed.
Yeah. Just killing the pings. Like it's his day job. Okay. So you guys are against or on a little bit of a timer because they're definitely going to be hitting 16 before you. Ooh, yeah. This is the pick right here.
I wanted it a lot sooner,
so
I was asking for it.
Only way you get this kill is you have to slow her down immediately. She has to pop her ult right now. If Uther gets in range to stun her ult, then she dies. Any other condition, and she lives. She lives. So actually, you needed to wait.
I do feel like I should have waited a little bit longer.
Yep.
Yes.
Uther needed to rotate immediately, but... So he's just sitting there mashing his ping button instead of actually playing the game, so that's a problem. But yeah, you let him lead. She's so caught out, it's not even funny. You let him lead, and then he'll get the stun because she can't react fast enough to use her ult. But you got her ult off that, so it's really not a big deal. But now you guys can just group up. Okay. Whoa, Smurden's insane. Okay, perfect. So you guys want these fights, even though, you know, they've got the double support. I feel like the longer fights do benefit you guys more because, you know, you've got your slow damage and you can get it on multiple targets. And then you've got that Asmodan backline chunk. And Asmodan's actually good into Ariel because people separate so much and then you're able to just like snipe those Blackpool Qs on somebody, and then she has to use her entire hope bar to basically equal out that damage. It makes her kind of like a moot point. But I like the way that you guys played that fight. Okay, now you have just like an insane amount of pressure. Oh, looks for another pick. Okay, fighting is not really what you want to do here. We'll use some heroics. These guys are screwed. Like, they have to clear bottom and they have to clear top. If anything, like, we should have just backed off faster, cleared mid, and then you could have even maybe cleared top, or Asmodan could have queued it. Are they actually just forcing this? They're insane. I'm not sure if this is mainly on you, but I do feel like your team keeps forgetting the fact that you guys don't win based on team fights. You win based on the map. So always, as soon as you get a pick, it's what more can I do on the map to screw over my opponents, not how do I find another pick. Like, look at top, dude. And now, like, Murden jumping in like this is insane. You literally just wait. Because if you wait, you get the shrine for free. And if you force a fight and die, that means that they get the shrine and they can maybe even send one top to clear. But if you just wait, now the onus, the burden of execution is on your opponents. And this is a Hero League game. When you put the burden of execution on your opponents in Hero League, you usually win. So, like, they have to fight you here or lose top. Other condition for them is they send someone top and then they lose the shrine. Both of those situations right now is good for you.
So I do have a question about like this. What I'm doing here is like, it was just better to wait out the dragon by sitting up there and then just kind of like baiting in the back line, kind of like that, while our front line did their thing.
I think.
Because Dragon Queen was popped like right away.
Yeah.
As soon as Muradin jumped in.
Yeah.
And then so I just kind of waited it out while they were backing up, and then I kind of just baited it a little bit, but I didn't overstep, I feel. So
I personally feel like you just have to give this, like, look where your teammates are, and this is when you decide to walk in. You are so separated. Even if you get a good leap here, I'm pretty sure you still die. Okay, you walk away. I think, okay, yeah, but now they have so much space. You're actually not doing anything on this backside. You're kind of like stalling their Vala, but oh wait, how does he die, man? This is so wild. Okay, you end up Okay, hold on. I'm gonna watch this again. See, whenever I talk about these plays, I always take into account the fact that you guys are fighting down a talent tier for most of this fight, or not most of it. After this pick, boom. Well, as soon as it happens, wherever it is, or does it happen? They get their talent tier in a second, is what I'm trying to say. So you actually, I don't know, you're pressuring Vala off, and she's not hitting anybody or doing anything reasonable, so that's good. And it actually probably is the best spot for you to be at, because you use, I don't know, you use your combo with Aegis still being up. I don't know, it's hard to say, man, because you get a kill off this for, like, not free. You take 70% of your health bar, but you still get the kill, and you make the play. But I don't know, do you make that play more than 50% of the time in that situation? That's the question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is that the right place to be? And I honestly don't know. Like, let's watch it one more time. Let's look at it from the perspective of you being in a regular, like, ranged carry position. So, like, before the fight breaks out, yeah, just because you make a poor play and everything comes out well doesn't mean it's the correct play. It just means that you weren't punished for it. Exactly. That's what we're trying to get to the bottom of here. Because I am personally I am never the person who's like, oh, okay, wait, no, it worked out, so it was the right play. I never, ever say that.
And that's kind of why I wanted to ask.
Yeah, totally, dude.
It's kind of like a play that could be made over and over again.
Exactly. So, like, I personally feel like off of this, don't they just... isn't he in range to shadow charge you? Or can't Vala just vault forward, auto QWR, and you have to react with the leaping strike, and even if you do, then you get shadow charged? Like, don't you just die right here?
That's a good question.
I'm like 90% sure you die right here if Vala just commits onto you. If I were this Vala, oh my gosh, would I ever be QW vault forward QR onto you right now. You probably die in that, actually. She misses. She misses again. Oh my gosh.
Swear it was my dodging.
Yeah, no, first I was going to say, like, yes, she does miss, but you are the one who moves away every single time that happens, so good on you. I feel like, okay, so if you were where, like, above where Zul'jin is and kind of, like, to the left of Azmodan right now, you would be hitting their Diablo. You'd be doing quite a bit of damage. You could actually even get on their Gul'dan and kill him pretty much for free. Diablo would have already been dead. Gul'dan probably would have been dead, but Vala and Ariel would have still been alive on the backside, and then we would have had Zul'jin traded for those two. I think you probably would have been in a better situation if you were with your team on the right-hand side.
Okay.
But considering this context, like, you do the right thing given the context, but I think you being there to begin with isn't the right play. Because you don't really want to force a fight there, right? You guys look at topside. Like, this is ridiculous. Fighting there, if you win, that's a boon. That's great. But you don't need to fight there. You guys win the long game. And, like, I was going to say, if anything, you being on the top side of that fight, like, maybe you just dip out real quick and get a few autos onto this keep. But it goes down anyways. Oh, Monka, it doesn't. Okay.
One thing that I didn't like was our Uther did recall there. I think he had low mana, but still just having his presence there would have helped on the boss, because this is one of the big fights here.
Okay. Okay, so that was a huge play by you. Okay, your Wisp is in the right spot. Only problem is, without Zul'jin, you guys have, like, inverse boss pressure. Yeah, so actually, so if Uther was there and Zul'jin, I think you guys doing boss to begin with was wrong. If anything, just take their siege off the pick and push out bottom wave. Like, again, you guys want that wave control. You want control over the map. Like, fighting this boss just gives them another opportunity at a team fight, right? On this Asmodan. It's such a bad spot. Holy crap. So, like, what should have...
was just in there.
Yeah, so what should have happened off of all of that happened over the mid shrine, your team, including you, probably should have cleared bot. You guys should have taken easy camps, and then Asmodan should have just walked up and queued this keep from eye, because you guys have the eye. That keep needed to go down. You guys contesting this boss is atrocious because you're doing it into a fear, right? And a rain. When he still goes in there.
This is like one of my worst plays. I thought I could get out, but then I forgot that I didn't have my second charge, so I just traded and tried to get that trade.
Ah,
and that
dang.
was just bad cooldown management on my part that I didn't realize.
That's like the third time this game where you guys focus on objectives that involve you team fighting when you can just be winning the map instead. Like, look at this top keep still not down. They are so screwed when they go down a keep. They have no global. They have to put one of their resources, which is one of their main damage dealers. They have to either put Vala or Gul'dan in this side lane pretty much at all times. You grab a hard camp, that threatens core damage. Like, they are so screwed if you get that top keep. Yep. Yeah. So this is another one of those moments where just like one small decision like that just completely sways the game. And now they get a keep and puts you guys in that position. You have the Asmodan, so you're never going to be in trouble when you go down a keep. Like, he can always just RQ it and then summon generals bottom.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. There's like Armura, so, and then they just kind of got into it.
Yeah. And the problem with that is you guys are arguing instead of paying attention to the rotation, and now they can basically just end the game here. They're gonna, oh, the fear misses. They get a free kill onto Uther, right? No? Okay, if they weren't, I don't want to call them names, but if they weren't crazy, they would have just been able to not actually end, but like, how do they not get a kill here? Like, Diablo should...
Especially in a 3v, I think it was 5 going into that.
Wait a second, there's no way. And yeah. He, like, second guesses himself. Watch Diablo. He starts rotating properly. He needs to be running right into the lane here. But he doesn't. He goes to the left for some reason. He stomps instead of flips. Yep, right there. So there's first mistake on their part, because if he flips this guy and then cues him again, he's dead. If Fear gets saved here, and they just body block this Uther and start running with him, he's in trouble. Excuse me. But yeah, that's a pretty big misplay. Does this take anything? No. Just top wall. So now you guys are basically just struggling to get 20, which is fine. Like, you have a lot of time to do it. Ooh, Murden, hello?
This is one of those points where I was just really confused on where they were fighting, especially down the talent tier. Just stepped up way too far, I feel.
Yeah, so you say 20 there. I think you have to say 20...
like right now, or a little bit sooner than this.
You say 20 like off the D shield. When your Uther pops D shield to survive, be like, wait for 20 and D shield. That's pretty much it. Not sure if you knew that he popped it, but even so, you should have just been telling people to hit 20. Like, going down a kill there. Oh yeah, now they just end the game. Yep. Whoa, okay. Good thing Vala has 2 supports, by the way. Oh, hello. That was pretty insane.
At this point, I was just taking too much damage and just kind of...
It's tough, though. Like, you're playing Lunara into a Gul'dan.
Mm-hmm.
So he can hit you with pretty much everything for free when you can't hit him with things. So, yeah, now they just get to brute force it with their Dagran, even though she's auto-attacking the minion wave behind. So the biggest thing was that off that mid fight that you guys win, you miss the keep, and then you guys rotate for boss, and then you lose that. So instead, if all you did was clear mid, clear bottom, take probably enemy siege off the pick, because you fighting there is fine. You guys would have been able to kill it well before their rotation came in. The only reason why they were able to rotate for the boss is just because you didn't have Zul'jin, i.e. the majority of your boss damage, and then they were able to rotate in time. So you would have been able to take their easies, your easies, cleared 2 bottom waves, and had that pushing to their keep wall, and then you would have gotten top keep, and then it's like you have your card in your hand, and you're just saying your move, Yugi, right? Like, you've got top pressure, you've got bottom pressure, you got mid pressure, and you have an Azmodan Lunara. There's literally nothing they can do at that point. And then that one play bottom, you didn't rotate mid fast enough and stayed there, and then you guys got into a fight, which also just put you behind. So there are things mechanically, you seem like you know what you're doing. There's a few like stutter stepping things that I didn't really mention, where you're just like missing an auto attack here or there. But that's not the biggest deal. What is a big deal is, yeah, like when you stayed bottom and don't go mid, and then you get yourself into a team fight situation, and then you guys lose off of it. Stuff like that means you're missing a little bit of game sense. And if you tighten that stuff up, man, you're going to, like, I'm not even kidding you. That is the difference between Diamond and Master, and you will flip that switch immediately as soon as you start seeing those things. You were the Jaina replay we did, right? Yeah. That one was also, we stayed bottom lane like that entire game. So this has happened in more than one replay now, and dude, so let's do another one soon. And that's the main thing I want to see fixed, is you just looking at the map, looking at your comp, and asking yourself, like, how do I win in these situations? Because, you know, if you did that bottom side, you were a smart enough guy to say, there's no way in hell we win a 4v4 when we have like nothing left. We're all 30%, or no, 4v5, sorry. They have 5, we have 4. When we have Azmodan sitting on top, there's no way we win that. Like, but then you stay bottom and you fight it anyways, right? So if you're just asking yourself those questions, I know you know not to do it. And yeah, that's it for this one. Did you have any additional questions for me, my lord?
Well, the first, I don't know if you have even watched the one replay yet. I think you were just joking when you were saying it, but like the game versus IUPUI, would we be able to possibly try to do that next week?
If they
the
fix it,
works.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Or what's the alternative? There is really no alternative. I guess you could like OBS the entire thing, but then I won't be able to navigate the replay.
I could possibly get our scrims from this week as well. I could definitely talk to the team we're facing.
Okay, that would.
I'm not sure if it'll be the same caliber of a team, but
no worries. If Blizzard fixes that replay, then I can absolutely do that one with you. I would love to. But if not, then yeah, let's find another one from a different scrim if the team allows it. But aside from that, anything else, or?
What's the best way to tell when to trade into this Alexstrasza besides Dragon Queen?
It's tough. You guys have slow periodic damage, and that's why it's hard. I don't actually know when the best time is. I feel like it's when they don't have any way to save her. Like, she's so slippery in this situation, or in this comp. Like, you guys get on top of her, she can get feared. Like, sorry, she can, like, fear as appeal, I mean. Like, they can fear for her. She can use her ult to get away. She has another support there to keep her up. She's got Aegis to keep her up. Like, she has so many ways of getting away from you guys. And because of the nature of your slow damage, she's not going to die very easily. You know, they can basically just, like, they have double healing circles. So if they stay clumped up, I think they out-sustain your guys' damage in most cases. But, like, the best way to deal with her, I feel like it's catching her. And I know that's something that doesn't happen a lot, especially in organized games. But this is Hero League, so I do think it's a lot more plausible. Like that event bottom when you guys rotated on her. Obviously, you needed Uther to stun her out of her heroic, but I think that's the only way that you're able to kill her. Otherwise, she's just going to sustain through all of your guys' damage. I don't know if Lunara is a good pick into Alexstrasza.
That was the support they took right after me. So
okay, so Alexstrasza is a nice option. And honestly, the biggest thing is the fact that none of your guys' ranged assassins or anybody on the back end has any way of interrupting her ult. I think that's the biggest issue here. So, like, imagine, let's swap out let's swap you out for Gul'dan. So, you're just waiting for that animation and you're fearing it every time. Right? And then she's dead. What's she going to do? Like, she's, right? She gets put in the middle of your team and she already has, like, rolling Gul'dan damage on her. She is dead, guaranteed. Or,
Same thing with Vala.
Exactly, exactly. You can hit her with your stun. If you're Vala.
Okay.
Or do you...
And then...
Oh, yeah. You mean, like, fearing the Vala. Okay, yeah, okay, there you go. You do mean that. Okay, yeah, exactly. You just stun it. You wait for it. It's like playing into an ETC, right? That's like your win condition when you're the one with the CC.
Just stunning the mosh pit kind of thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Then my last question was, why do you think people take Splintered Spear at 7 over Vigor on Lunara, if you know well enough on this? This is just a personal question I've always had.
Spread damage, just it works well with her. Let me get up numbers real quick.
Because I've always felt like if you're well off on like hitting your autos and making sure you're targeting the right people, I just feel like it's not too much worth it. Especially even clearing lanes, it's just like I feel like you can do just the same.
It's her team fight damage that's the big thing. You go Nature's Culling, is that what you're saying?
No, I go Wild Vigor.
Wild Vigor. Okay, Wild Vigor. Oh, did you remember?
For more of a single target. Something I never really understood off of all the games I've seen played, say like in HGC and everything like that.
It's just like it's the way that her passive works. Like if you're getting Splintered Spear here, okay, and then you get auto attacks on all 4 of them, that means you're saving 4 full moves, so you don't have to auto attack or hit any Qs on any of them. And it also gets your poison just starts rolling at that point. You get poison rolling on 4 people, and then you hit a W. That is an insane amount of damage. And that's why I personally think it's just way better. Like you just do more damage with it in the long run. Yes, it's more spread out. Yes, technically you know, maybe like 10% of the time you'll miss a kill because of it, but the other 90% of the time you're putting so much pressure on the enemy healer, it just makes it worth it. So if you had Splintered Spear here and then people are getting smashed by Gul'dan or by Azmodan Qs, like I don't think this double support's going to be able to deal with it. Like they already had a hard time earlier. The only reason they win this game is because you guys make a bad call. That's it. It's not because you guys are playing team fights incorrectly or anything like that. It's literally because you just made the boss throw. But it would have done. You guys would have had an even easier time if you had Splintered Spear, I think. And that isn't one of those like play style things. I do think that you should start using it. Definitely.
Definitely have to. It's just been one of those things I feel like, with like I said, my play style, even though it's more or less not based on that, like I like trying to burst down that one single target, kind of thing, and it really goes well into the later game, and I feel like it scales a little bit better than that.
Yeah.
But then again, I haven't really tried Splintered Spear enough to really see the differences.
Okay, hold on. We're going to jump into this is when we need the young math of the storm in here, but I'm pretty sure we can just look at it in like 2 seconds and figure out.
Because I know with the Wild Vigor, I was doing the math on her whole combo post 16, and you could do like insane amounts of like burst when she's considered sustain damage.
So
post 16 as well. So.
Okay.
Because that leads me into another thing with Like people take like invigorating spores and starwood spear at 16, but completely neglect choking pollen, which can do
Okay, so wait,
so much more.
hold on. Just looking at it just right off the bat, Splinter Spear is so much more valuable, even if you just hit it with one person. So like right now, at level 7, your auto attack does 118 damage. So just a little less than 60 is what your double auto attack will do. Yes, it's 4 times, but that's 4 auto attacks you have to land. So you also have to calculate the fact that that's 4 ticks of rolling poisons as well. And if you get your Q onto somebody and then get your poison rolling on even 2 people, that's 48 damage per tick 3 times, right? 48 a second for 3 seconds. Every additional increases. Yeah, okay. So it's just already just so much more damage if you're going splintered. And that makes most sense to me. And then obviously you get to extend the duration if you're hitting multiple people with splintered and then hitting W.
Okay, so, yeah, I'll have to definitely run it.
Yeah, I think it's splintered every time. Okay, so next game splintered, and then you said you're gonna be Wave God, right?
Wave God, yes.
Okay, got him. Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for doing the replay. Anything else?
And other than, I'll just get you a replay next week if that